Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. Welcome to r/ChoosingBeggars. And in case you've never seen this subreddit before, this meme sums it up perfectly. Me, I'm Thermon Price. Single moms on Facebook. You've ruined my children's Christmas! And with that little introduction out of the way, here's our first post by user/frogbirdie. Hi, any chance you can lower your price on your Dolce & Gabbana bag? It's for my daughter for Christmas. Hello, I can do £600 if you're able to collect it yourself. Can we say $150 please, and then the rest in the new year? A bit short on cash and it's a present for my daughter for Christmas. She's 14 and obsessed with designer stuff. Please and thank you. I'm sorry, but no, £600 really is the lowest I can do, and I will need payment in full. Good luck. I guess it's true what they say about you greedy Jewish bees. You privileged lot have absolutely no shame. Disgusting. Why not sell it for less when you don't even celebrate Christmas? And just for reference, OP's religion is listed as Judaism on their Facebook profile. Hence the insults, but wow, that went from 0 to 100 real fast. Our next post is by user/Aral Kapow. We just had a new co-worker start a few months ago. He's a real sweet and genuine guy. He spent a ton of time getting to know all of us, and he would share his knowledge while still eager to learn. Just a good person who made an authentic effort to get to know us. For Christmas, he took the time to write out personalized Christmas cards to each of us in the department. There are about 70 of us. Each card had a personalized message. He put so much care into this, guys. And on top of that, he gifted everyone in the office, about 10 people, their own $10 gift card to the local coffee shop at our job. He didn't have to do any of this. Most of us were grateful. Most of us. Our resident butthole of a petulant child decided to pipe up during our co-worker's gift giving and tell him that he should have gotten gift cards to a coffee place she uses outside of work. A personalized card. Hand-delivered with free coffee, none of which was expected. And this bee went ahead and complained. Even if you never use the gift card, just take it and thank the person who gave it to you. $50? $60? What? For the PlayStation. Just the PlayStation? No, everything. I'm haggling. Yo? Hello, my ad said the PlayStation 4 has 2 controllers, a PSVR setup, and 3 games for $300. I said in the ad, no haggling. I won't respond anymore after this text. 300? Everyone haggles. 100 is the most I'm gonna offer. Yo, you're about to miss out on some serious cash. This would be a good Christmas gift for my brother, man. $100, take it or leave it. F you. I'm reporting your ad and it's getting taken down because you can't reach a deal. I mean, I understand haggling, but I'm always curious if these people actually think this'll work. Like literally offering someone 20% of the initial price and being like, surely I can strike a deal. Many years ago, I took piano lessons. I was never great like my concert pianist sister, but I love to play. We don't currently have a piano, and I've been saying for the past 5 years how badly I want one. Today, my dad shows up at my house with this. My significant other told my dad I wanted a keyboard. This is not a piano. And user/GlitterSwirl puts in some, actually very useful comments. 1. A keyboard can allow you to practice all hours of the night if you put in headphones. 2. If you're willing to move it, a piano can often be found for free on somewhere like FreeCycle or Craigslist. And 3. If it's something you've really wanted for years, wouldn't you save up for it? It's not a completely unattainable goal. I mean, I get it, pianos are a lot nicer than keyboards, but hey, something is better than nothing, so just take it and be grateful. Our next post is by user/LDZ. This happened last night, and it was one of the most satisfying encounters I've ever had with someone with a downright comical sense of entitlement. I took a flight from San Francisco to Boston that was in the afternoon after a full day of work. I have a $200 airline credit to use on just this one flight before I lose it at the end of the year, so I was debating between trying to drink through $200 of free booze over the 6-hour flight versus upgrading my seat to the front row. In the end, I decided to go with the seat upgrade, and I picked the window seat in the absolute front row of a plane with a shameful amount of legroom and an empty middle seat. I never get upgrades, so this felt like quite the luxury to me. Turns out, the rest of the plane was completely full, so I was feeling pretty good about this decision. However, I still had some work to do on my laptop and was disappointed that because there were no seats in front, I could not keep my backpack in front of me, and realized I had to go fight the mob of people still boarding for some overhead bin space before they all filled up. There was a very nice businessman sitting in the aisle seat in my row who stood up to help me. This is relevant later. The overhead bins filled very quickly, at which point the flight attendant at the plane door started announcing, "Overhead bins are almost full, put your bags in the first one you see," to all the people still boarding the plane. Now, here comes the last man to board the plane. He's probably about 6'3", and he runs in and kind of chats with one of the flight attendants for a few minutes, and I'm not paying too much attention, besides hoping he's not going to take the middle seat, and the fact he's talking very loudly, and he seems to be a bit drunk. For the rest of the story, I will call this man Dirk, because I don't know what the male version of Karen is. Nobody's in a rush to start getting ready for takeoff, and we soon know why. The pilot gets on the loudspeaker and says because of the weather in Boston, we need to wait here before we can take off. Now, Dirk has stopped talking to the flight attendant and starts to walk down the aisle, sees our empty middle seat and announces, "Cool, I'll take the first seat because it's empty," throws his backpack down in the space in front of us and slams himself into the middle seat. Now, of course, I wouldn't have minded if someone had purchased the middle seat, but now I'm grumbling a bit internally, thinking about how I spent my airline credit on this purchase instead of booze, while this guy is going to get the nice seat for free. And nobody immediately came up to him and asked him to move his backpack, so I'm also frustrated that I had to go put mine away, and now this bag is in front of my feet. And finally, Dirk is being extremely loud and vocal. For example, when the pilot came on the loudspeaker again and said we would be waiting 45 minutes before takeoff, Dirk yelled, "Man, this is some BS." Stuff like that, over and over. So at this point, I haven't said anything to him, but I'm sitting there probably looking like this. It's been about 5 minutes already, not too long, but I'm starting to think they're just going to let this fly. Then comes one of the flight attendants and walks up to this guy and says, "Sir, can I please see your boarding pass?" The man laughs a bit and says he just showed it at the gate, and the flight attendant repeats that he would like to see it. So the man starts rummaging through his backpack and hands the attendant some crumpled up paper and then goes back to his phone. The flight attendant uncrumples it and now starts to look annoyed and goes, "Sir, you just handed me a receipt. Try again." The man starts belly laughing like, "Oh, my bad," and then pulls his boarding pass from his pocket. Of course, he's in 32B, and the flight attendant asks him to go to his assigned seat. Now they start to fight, with Dirk saying, "But the guy said to take the first available seat. Nobody is sitting here anyway." And the attendant repeating that he didn't know how he heard that, but people need to pay to upgrade to these seats and he needs to go to his assigned seat now. Things start to get heated and Dirk is full on screaming now, saying, "Why did he say to take the first available seat then? Why was he lying?" The attendant is yelling back, "This isn't Southwest," and the rest of the plane is silent and watching. Now at this point, I'm guessing Dirk misinterpreted the guy at the door, saying to throw your bags in the first available overhead bin. But I didn't want to get involved and have this potentially drunk man next to me direct his anger at me. The flight attendant announcing this was being very clear about this being for bags as well, so I think Dirk was just making up excuses. At this point, there are 3 flight attendants in the aisle arguing with Dirk, who is still scream repeating the same thing about being lied to over and over. They're saying he needs to move or get kicked off the plane, and Dirk is replying that of course he would rather make it home to Boston tonight than get kicked off, but he needs an explanation first as to why they lied to him. In comes a boss of a lady who wasn't taking any of Dirk's trash to join the argument. She interrupts Dirk and says, "Look, you have 2 options. Take your assigned seat or get off the plane. I don't care what you think you heard. I don't know why you're still having this conversation." Then, when Dirk would open his mouth to continue arguing, the lady would hold up her hand and yell, "Ah," like a mother silencing their toddler having a tantrum, and I'm sitting there, 6 inches away from the action, watching this all go down like this. Dirk sits there in silence for a moment, mouth open, looking at this lady, and then stays sitting in the seat and looks back at his phone and starts mumbling again, in a low voice about being lied to. At this point, the 3 flight attendants walk away, and Dirk seems to think that he's won. But lo and behold, 1 minute later, security comes onto the plane. Now, seeing this, Dirk stands straight up and says, "Okay, I'll go take my seat," and starts to walk down the aisle. But they stop him and remove him from the plane, and we didn't see him again. And me and the nice man sitting in the aisle seat ended up getting 3 drinks for the rest of the flight for our troubles. And you COP, you get both the free drinks and the extra legroom. That's how you do it. Alright everyone, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this installment of r/ChoosingBeggars. And if you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel for Reddit videos every second day. But with that said, that is it from me. I hope you all enjoyed, and all I want to do is see you all here next time. See you later, guys.